Hi, this is Tom. Welcome to my channel. This is a web app featuring code breaking in World War II, and it has a number of these menu options. And then you can see it's got years and key events for the years. Here we've got polls that worked on code breaking. In Bletchley Park is the work in Britain. We've got key technologies, and this is kind of interesting. It says relative processing power. You can see in just a couple of years, the Polish, they call them bombs. It's a calculating machine. It was very, very small computing power. And then by the time you get up to Colossus, then, it's hugely more. This technology in World War II paved the way for the computing industry in the United States, with companies like Cray and Hewlett Packard and Control Data Corporation grew from this. And so we got code breaking in the Pacific and the Battle of the Atlantic and intelligence operations, all real interesting stuff. And then finally at the end, you got a quiz. Okay, now in order to make this app, what I did was I started with the knowledge base, and I'll show what the knowledge base looks like. This is the knowledge base. So it's just got, the different events and the information that I wanted to include. And the better your knowledge base is, like the better the app. I might talk about this in some other video, but for here, I want to talk about the app itself. So the way that I started with this was with Gemini. And Gemini has this new feature where it says create. And I think about 2 weeks ago, uh, this was released. And I didn't really see any announcements about it, but when I played around with it, I was just blown away. You see, it's got this option which says web page. And so you can put in your knowledge base. You can put in whatever you want here, and it'll create a web page for it. And a knowledge base is a good thing to put in there. And so what I did in this knowledge base is I put in events that I wanted to be in there, and then I put in quiz material. So here it's got the quiz. And sort of interesting that I didn't notice that when the AI made this quiz, it put the correct answer on the top for all of them. Instead of mixing them up, you see they're all the top one. I didn't notice this when I was taking the quiz for a while, but then finally I did. I was like, hey, I think I just picked the first one. But one of the apps, the last one I showed you, the AI was smart enough to pick up on that and mix them up. But most of the AIs just had them be the first one. And I worked with 3 different AIs for this. I'd worked with Gemini, with OpenAI's O3 model, and with Claude. So I started out with Gemini, and on this create, I did create web app, and I didn't expect it to be so good. It was just amazing. So I'll show you what it came up with. So it came up with this, and this was just first try, no mistakes. It just out of the box, it came up with this, and I'll just go through really quick just to get kind of an idea of the look and feel of it. Now, this one, some of these go beyond the screen, but you can see it. that they've got, charts and they've got these cards in there. And I like this. It's a lot of information. And I was able to read through this in, not very long and learn a lot about the subject, which I was interested in. That's why I created the app was for myself. And it was just one click, literally one click. So pretty amazing. And then I thought, I wanted to see here. I just tweaked it some. I don't remember how. Okay, so what I did here was I asked it when it created the app. So this is in Gemini. All right, so this is here. So it created the app. And notice it called it an SPA. I wasn't familiar with this acronym. So SPA stands for a single page app, which is a good acronym for it because it's exactly what this is. This is all in one file, and that makes it a lot easier to deploy, to test, to work with. And I've been just really pleased on how robust these web apps are, and, in just one file. So yeah, here's the tweak I did. Can you make the menu items look nicer? Now, let me see if it did that. So see, it's kind of messed up. And then here, that was the only difference. So I thought this looked nicer than this. We've got like 6 and 3, so 5 and 4. That was the only change. All right. So here I said, please write a prompt to create the app that you just created. And I really like this idea a lot. So then what I did was, so this is in the prompt. It says, act as an expert front-end developer, data analyst, and so on. And it gives the requirements. And you see it's quite a lengthy prompt. And then here I put in the knowledge base. So then what I did was I gave that prompt to itself, to Gemini, in another session. And it came up with this one. Came up with this one here. And I actually like the look of this better than the other one. I think the color scheme, it's a little cleaner. But you can see it's quite similar. But I did have a bit of a preference for this one. And the quiz was slightly different. And the only thing is it's got how to use this application. I think I would remove this because I think it's pretty self-explanatory. But other than that, looks really good. And I gave the same prompt to O3, an OpenAI model, and it came up with this. So I've done some work with this O3 model, which is very good at coding. Well, all of these are. And this is what it came up with. And you can see this is a very clean presentation. Very nice. But it's also stripped back. And that seems to be, I would say, like programmed into O3. It's I haven't spent a lot of time. I have spent some time trying to get it to do it all at once. And it really doesn't like to do that. It really prefers this approach, which is to give you kind of a stripped down version, and then you could add to the version. And I think it's a very nice looking app. So I think you could get a really good looking app in just a little bit of time. I would just, have it flesh out these individual tabs a bit more. And the quiz only has 10 items. I think I gave it 40, if I remember right. So I'd have it do the whole thing. It just stripped it. It's actually a good technique. It stripped it back for testing, make sure the first implementation works, and then kind of add on to it. So very, very good. Okay, and then This is so now this is kind of interesting. I did it in two different ways. So one way was I gave it the knowledge base inside of the canvas and had it generate it, and then the other way I gave it the prompt that I showed you and had it do it, and it came up with the same thing. So it might have cheated, it might have remembered like what I gave it before, but it didn't make any difference. It gave me the same app. Whereas when I showed you, like with Gemini, you can see it has two different versions. When I did it, this was just clicking the button in the app, and then this one is I gave it the prompt. So here was it created the app, and then said write a prompt for yourself to create this app, and then I ran that, and it came up with this. So a little bit different, but with O3 they were identical. Okay, and then finally I worked with Claude. And this is the newest version of Claude, Claude 4. And that's when I showed the very beginning. And I think this is a beautiful app. This was my favorite. I think it's gorgeous. Um, very clean. It's got here we've got the main points, the highlights by date. And then you have the Polish. It doesn't have as much detail as the Gemini one had, but this is really, really nice looking. And it has enough. It has enough detail. It's not much less. This is all the essential information I gave it in the knowledge base. And I think just beautiful. So here, I thought that these menus on the bottom, like you can't see this when it's, when you click it. And so I asked it to make them all like the top. And that was this app here. And that's the only change I should say, I did have to, this was the difference between Claude and the O3 and the Gemini. So both Gemini and O3 were able to create code that executed without error immediately. The Claude app, I had to run it a couple of times where, let's see if I don't know if it kept yes, okay, you can see here. So, I mean, you can see the history, even though like it doesn't have the canvas, but if I click on it, let me see if it does it. So, okay, so here's the app. Does it show the error? No, it doesn't show it here. All right, that's right. Okay, anyway, when I was running through, it had some errors. And so I just told it what the error was. And then it says, oh, I see the issue, and it fixed it. And then there was another error. It says, I see the issue, and it fixed it. And then that was it. So it took like 2 tries to get it to work. And then it worked. So how long has this video been? Does it tell me? I don't think it tells me. Well, I think I'm thinking about whether to stop the app. I probably should stop it here so it's not too long. But it's really, really easy. I'm going to do a part 2. This is part 1. So part 1 is just to show some ideas on how to do this. You just give it a knowledge base, click on make it the web app. If you want to, you can get the prompt for it, which is pretty cool. That gives you a lot of control over working with it, where you feed it the prompt instead of having it click a button in the canvas. And then I showed the different looks and feel for Gemini O3 from OpenAI and Claude. And so I'm going to finish part 1 here, and then I'm going to do a part 2. And part 2 will show how you can deploy the app. And it's pretty amazing how easy it is to do all of this. So thanks for watching, and until next time.